So, Alan, wow. I think of what you've got on your plate. How long is this case? How much of your life are you seeing in front of you? You had 3.5 years with Karen Reed, so.
Yeah, I wish I could.
And still going now.
It is. Yeah, we're not done. We're a long way
It'll
from
be
being
over
done.
4 when you're done.
We'll see. I wish I could pack more hours in the day. It's tough. The cases that we have, we're very fortunate to be. I'm honored to be able to represent, continue to represent Karen, and I'm also as honored to represent Frasier Bohm and the Bohm family. They're phenomenal people.
A
and they
year,
deserve,
2 years? How long is this going to be?
No, it won't be a year or 2 years. We're beyond the preliminary hearing stage, and we're deep in the discovery and exchange of discovery stage. So I would expect that we'll probably see a trial courtroom in Frasier's case in the next 6 to 9 months, if I had to guess.
But he's home, right? He's allowed to be at home?
He is. He was
so
able
he'll
to
have Thanksgiving and
he made bail.
Christmas.
And there's also a little bit of a misconception. It's not a little bit of a misconception. I'm not going to sit here and cry poor mouth, but there's a misconception that he comes from just this, fabulous wealth, et cetera. That's not true. The Bohm family did what they could to get their son out of a custody environment by raising and putting up a massive amount of bail, and that basically exhausted the entirety of the resources of the family. They don't have much, and that is a shame. But we feel, as a defense team, we feel that was exactly the right move to make, because he can better defend himself from outside of a custody position than inside of custody position, and we are going to make do with what we have, but it is an extremely expensive undertaking to hire the right experts. Every question you asked is a good one. What are you doing about the EDR data? What are you doing about cell phone data? What are you doing about interviewing witnesses? That takes resources. It just doesn't come from nowhere. So we're doing the best we can, and we will continue to amass the resources that we need. Just from a man and woman power standpoint, our team is relentless, but it is a misconception that Frasier is just buying a defense. He cannot afford that. The family cannot afford that. They're struggling just like anybody else would struggle. And that's part of the shame of being overcharged with something, because we have to put so much fight, so much effort into drawing back those charges, pulling back those inappropriate charges, and settling this case on the foundation that it should be settled on, which is at best manslaughter charges, and then move forward from there.
I try to think of, I've got 3 daughters, and I think of the 4 girls, and obviously the families of those 4 girls that died in the freak accident are how devastated they are. And I put myself in those shoes, and I'd be so mad, and I'd probably want to go, and scream at this kid and get angry at him and be so mad. And then you just got to hope that when it's all settled and you have a chance to really think about it, it's like, am I going to feel better if this kid goes away for the rest of his life?
Right.
Because of this, when underneath it all, as horrible as it is, and he was in that place at that time and delivered that blow, and that there's no denial. But am I going to feel better if, he loses his life too? You just have to hope at that. I think Pepperdine is a faith-based school, and that maybe, the real salvation and the real healing is to not turn the other cheek, but to show mercy and grace.
To avoid, that's extremely well put, Billy. What we're trying to do, if I could put it a little bit different way, is to avoid a 5th tragedy.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that we can do. We cannot undo what was done, but we can avoid a 5th tragedy. And that means the tragedy would be if Frasier Bohm goes to trial on murder charges. If, God forbid, he were convicted of murder charges and goes to prison for the rest of his life, that is a 5th tragedy that is extremely avoidable. And it's something that would be improper. It is not founded in the law, and we just can't, as much as the emotion overtakes us in terms of the loss, we cannot allow that emotion to drive a prosecution. It's just improper.
Yep. And, oh boy, I think about all the families involved as Thanksgiving is upon us, and of course the holiday season is here, and those are all big family times. So just thinking for all of them, every single family involved in that, including yours, Alan. Thank you so much, my friend.
Nice to see you. God bless.
God bless you, buddy.